Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm ExxotikGaming. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Look, if you've subscribed to my channel for a little bit now, you probably know that I've been very critical of Battlefield Mobile. I so desperately want that game to succeed, man, but when you take a look at gameplay that's come out over the past couple of months and you compare it to like any of the other games that are coming out in 2023, it doesn't look good. Battlefield Mobile looks like a game from 2012. Games that came out like basically in 2012, like Modern Combat 5 for instance, look better than Battlefield Mobile. What the heck is Industrial Toys doing? I don't even know, man. You compare this thing with Warzone Mobile, Rainbow Six Siege Mobile, Project Evo, Project Bloodstrike, any of the other games coming out, and there's no comparison. Battlefield Mobile really needs to step up their game, or pretty much everybody out there is not going to take the game seriously. And a lot of other game devs already aren't taking the game seriously because you're starting to see a lot of news articles and Twitter posts from game developers that are like, hey, I'm going to make Battlefield Mobile, but my own version of the game. I'm going to make it because the Battlefield Mobile that we're playing right now isn't going to be good. My game's going to be better. And, you know, some of these game devs aren't really that serious. Other games actually look really, really good. And one of the games that does look really, really good is FireFront Mobile FPS. You're seeing some of the gameplay right here. This game has been in development for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years at this point in time, and it still has a decent ways to go. But based off of the gameplay that you're seeing right now, doesn't it look really freaking good? It looks so much better than Battlefield Mobile, and this game is still only in alpha. Okay? Now, I wanted to make this video today about FireFront Mobile FPS because I think a lot of people have sort of forgotten about this game. This game is taking a really, really long time to be out. It's made by a very, very small dev team, which is why it's taking such a long time. And I think a lot of people think this game is never going to actually come out. They might think this is a dead game, but I've been a part of their Discord server and following them on Twitter for a very long time. And they are posting consistent updates, which does show that they are developing this game. It's taken a long time, but it is eventually going to come out. And I want people to know that this game is not a dead game. It's eventually going to come out at some point in time. In today's video, though, as I said, I am going to show you guys a couple of different snippets, clips, videos, screenshots, stuff like that, just basically giving you all the updates for FireFront Mobile FPS. If you've never heard of this game before, then yes, this game is basically kind of like in direct competition to Battlefield Mobile, and I seriously think at this point in time, this game might be better. So here we are. As you can see here, it's a new mobile FPS game in alpha from Blaze Games. Blaze Games have actually made Bullet Force game, which you can see right here, is a massively popular game. This game was like the game that everybody played back in like 2016, 2017. And they also made Forward Assault game, which is a bit more tactical, kind of like a CSGO mobile type of game, but still was massively successful as well. Both of these games had over 10 million downloads. And yeah, if they could make games as successful as those games, then we know that they're entirely capable of making FireFront Mobile FPS a massively successful game as well. But let's go take a look at some of the gameplays right here. To start, we have a very interesting little snippet of this map that sort of looks post-apocalyptic in a way, and it reminds me a lot of Arena Breakouts. I've made a lot of videos on Arena Breakout recently, and I would say the graphics are almost up to par with Arena Breakout. Like, you know, it seems like the gun mechanics might even be better than Arena Breakouts. That muzzle flash, it looks just really realistic and good. And yeah, this might already look like one of the better graphical first-person shooters for mobile devices. This map looks awesome. I love the mountain in the background. They've added a little bit of fog, so that does help with the render distance and making the game run a little bit better on lower-end devices. But yeah, I mean, seriously, this game already looks a lot better than Battlefield Mobile, and it's already just in alpha, which is just crazy to me. But we're not done. Let's go take a look at some more gameplay right here. This is interesting, and this might be multiplayer gameplay in a very, very early stage of development. Like, obviously, there's no map design or anything like that. They've just created this little castle so they can just have people in one area so they can practice, you know, shooting one another and stuff like that. If this is multiplayer, then this might be something that you can actually play yourself right now. And in a second, I'll show you guys. They have a Patreon page, which I believe you pay $5 a month, and then you get access to the alpha version of the game. Might be worth it. I don't really know. I'm not paying $5 myself right now. I'm not playing FireFront Mobile FPS, so I mean, you don't have to. I'm not doing it, but if you want to play this game right now and give development like improvement feedback and stuff like that, you can. To me personally, this almost looks better than Battlefield Mobile, and Battlefield Mobile is like pretty close to being fully out there. And, you know, we don't even have a proper map yet here in FireFront Mobile FPS. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Here we have another 23-second clip. Oh, this is actually like a little sneak peek trailer. Completely forgot about this. But I mean, look at how much stuff. Look at how good the helicopter gameplay looks. How realistic the RPG is. The tanks that we saw earlier. And they say coming in 2023. But I do want to say here, look, we have the tank. Where's the tank? Look at how good the tank looks. They've really shown a lot of different screenshots showing tank development, and I'll show you guys that a bit later on. They're trying to make this look as good and realistic as possible, and I think this is succeeding. That's a really good-looking trailer. Really excited about that, and here we have some screenshots. I mean, look at how good the game looks on Ultra Graphics. This is probably max graphics turned on. This looks like Arena Breakout type of graphics, and everybody's talking about how Arena Breakout looks really, really good. Now, there are people like my friend here, McKiller, that's saying looks amazing, but of course this game will work for powerful devices only. I wouldn't be so sure, because I mean, Bullet Force and Forward Assault were actually pretty optimized. I don't think FireFront Mobile FPS is going to be optimized when it first comes out, but I do think they're very aware of the whole optimization thing, and this game most likely will be more optimized than a game like Warzone Mobile, if that's anything to you guys. But we have a bit more here. We have another little brief 16-second clip here. I mean, seriously, that just looks so good. Really, really good. Obviously, UI, the HUD could be improved. I don't really kind of like how there's like this weird navy background on the gun. And one thing I don't necessarily like is this weird color blue on the scope. Maybe this is something that they think is more realistic, and maybe you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if I necessarily like that. But overall, I mean, actually, to be fair, the buttons do look better than Battlefield Mobile's. That's one thing that I was criticizing about Battlefield Mobile when I played it. Here's helicopter gameplay. You can add a minigun on the helicopter, so, you know, you can actually properly fly that around and shoot people. And it looks like it has a ridiculously fast firing rate, which is awesome. And I'd love to actually see some of the destruction mechanics, because, you know, the thing is Battlefield Mobile has already said how, oh, they have real destruction mechanics and stuff like that, trying to make it seem like it's the craziest thing ever. Well, if FireFront Mobile FPS has that, then, I mean, come on, dude. That's not really that impressive, is it? Here's another screenshot. I mean, come on. That looks like a PC game, right? This is a mobile game. You have to process that. It looks so freaking good. Really, really good. The lighting, the shadows, the colors, everything. Look at the interior here of their factory. Imagine fighting all between the different levels of the factory against one another. Maybe a helicopter even flies in from up above because there's a big opening in the roof, blasts everybody with the minigun. I can imagine, you know, these are like the Battlefield moments that I want. Here's another one in a very dark setting of the interior. I don't know if I necessarily like this aspect, but it goes to show that the lighting really is pretty advanced in this game, with an interesting colored muzzle flash. I don't know. To me, this clip doesn't look as good as some of the other ones just because it's so dark, but, you know, maybe that's something that they're just trying to show here. They said improved interior lighting to look more realistic and not flat like other typical mobile interior settings. So I guess they're really trying to make this as realistic looking as possible. If you're in a abandoned building and there's no electricity, then when you go into a room in the interior, then obviously it's going to be very, very dark. And maybe people like that type of thing where it's a lot more tactical, kind of like Escape from Tarkov in a lot of ways. I think that might be something that a lot of people like. Here we have some more gunplay. We have like little lights or beams of light. I forgot what those are called. I don't really know, man. But those things that come out of the gun when you shoot, I guess that's kind of cool, and maybe that's a bit realistic compared to other guns in other games that don't have any of that. They have the gun sway as well. Yeah, you can see there's gun sway. So maybe some of you guys like that. And here, this is what I like. They actually show glitches in the game. What other game development company shows glitches, you know? Call of Duty Mobile would never do something like that, or Warzone. They might say, oh yes, there are glitches in our game, but they never would actually go out of their way to show that. Oh, and it says, ignore the road. I didn't feel like fixing it for a screenshot. So in this screenshot, we're just focusing on everything above like this line right here. And it looks good. It looks really, really good. Here we have some more videos. This is helicopter from first person view. Imagine that. You can fly it in third person or in first person. That is going to be really freaking cool. And it's a shame that it's such a short clip because we would really love to see more of this. Longer clips. But that does look like a PC game, man. That just looks insane. And I can just imagine people all over the place. With a game like this, you're going to have many, many people in a map. So, you know, you're not going to have only 10v10. You're going to probably have, I don't even know, 20, 30, 50, something like that. You're going to have a lot of people, so it's going to be insanely chaotic trying to capture different points and stuff like that. See, and this is another thing that I like. They literally just ask their fans, hey, what do you like more? Do you like Conquest or do you like Rush? What do you want, you know? And people will tell them, and then they're going to actually focus on developing that other mode maybe a little bit more, which is really nice. There's just so much to show. But honestly, at this point in time, we're getting back to almost an entire year ago. And this is stuff that I have shown you guys in the past. So I'm not going to really worry about showing you guys this type of gameplay because it's not that representative of what FireFront Mobile is now in 2023. If you're looking at a video from March of 2022, we can see how the sniper has developed between this video and the video when I was talking about how it looks similar to Arena Breakout. The game looks a lot better than this version right here, and it's exciting to see that this game is getting better and better. You know, might not be that long before we actually have a global release. I don't know, man. I really hope, or at least some sort of beta so we can actually play this a bit more. But, yeah, this game looks awesome. Look at that. This is just one of the maps that they're going to have, and that looks really, really good. So yeah, honestly, that's basically it. I could continue going and showing you guys more of this type of stuff. But if you would like to look farther back than, you know, early 2022, you can follow them on Twitter. It's FireFront Game, and I should mention, as I said, their Patreon, which is right here. As I said, I am not a member, so you don't have to be a member yourself. This is not a sponsored video, so I'm not trying to get you guys to be a member. It's entirely up to you, but if you wanted to directly give feedback to the developers, you can by joining their Patreon. But let me know what you guys thought about FireFront Mobile FPS. I think this game is coming along really nicely, and I really hope it's coming out sometime in 2023. If it does, this game will be probably one of the best mobile first-person shooters of 2023, just straight up. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe down below for more content just like this, and I will see you guys in the next episode.